Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video, I'm going to show you how to install this application that shows you how to do basically authentication with MySQL using Passport and Node.js. So many of you are coming from Colt Steele's Web Developer Bootcamp, where you've learned how to authenticate a user with their username and password credentials or email and password credentials for MongoDB as the database. And some of you may have also taken Colt's Ultimate MySQL Bootcamp, but you don't know how to authenticate a user with MySQL. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. You can use something like Sequelize or Bookshelf or any one of those ORMs, but in this case, we're just going to do it a little bit simpler. This is a tutorial. It's not exactly a tutorial, but this is a repo that I found on GitHub. It seems relatively up to date. His last push was on May 31st of last year, so it's not super up to date, but he's using Express 4, so that's good. So there is one little quirk. I'll show you how to get through it, but let's go ahead and dive into it. So he has instructions here, he or she, I'm not sure, has instructions here for how to install it. So the first thing you want to do is clone it down. So we click on code, and then you'll just copy down either the SSH or the HTTPS link. In my case, I'm using SSH. You can also download the zip if you don't have Git installed or you don't know how to use Git. Alright, so then over in your code editor, you'll want to go ahead and type in git clone, paste in that URL, and then just make sure that you're in a folder where you want this folder to live. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to cd into this Node Express Passport MySQL, and the very first thing we always do is an npm install. So I run npm I, and that's going to get that going. And I'll make this a little bit bigger so you can see it easier. And then over here on the right hand side, I'm going to go into MySQL just so we can kind of double check everything. If you're working on Windows or even on Mac, you'll want to use MAMP. And well, you don't have to use MAMP, that's just how I've been instructing students to do it. And either way, make sure that your MySQL server is turned on. Mine is. And so then I'm just going to I need to make a shortcut for this, but I'm going to go ahead and go into MySQL shell, and here we are. Alright, so from here I can check and see if I have the database and everything. Alright, so I want to open up this directory over here on the left hand side. Here it is, and let's head back over to the repo. So basically he says clone it, do an npm install, so I already did that. Edit the database configuration, so there's a config database.js file. So we go into the config folder, we open up database.js, and it just has this module exports object, and we're going to modify some of these values here. So the first thing we want to do is change the database. So right now it just says my schema. Let's go ahead and name it something else. So I'm just going to call it auth MySQL test, and then everything else can stay the same, except you want to make sure that your username and password are correct. So in my case, my password needs to be updated. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and save that. And normally, if this was in production, you would want to use like an environment variable to pass in that password, maybe even the host and the user as well. But we're not worried about production right now. We just want to get user auth set up with MySQL on your local machine. So we've got our user and our password, and we've got the database name here. And so the next step is to run this script to create the database schema. So it's node scripts create database.js. And if you go look at scripts, you can see here using the MySQL driver and pulling in the database configuration, making a connection to MySQL, creating a database with the database name that you chose, running a query to create a table for that specific database with the name of the table that you chose, in our case users. And then you've got an ID, integer, unsigned, not null, auto increment, username, varchar or varchar 20, not null, password, char 60, not null, primary key, ID, unique index, ID, unique, ID ascending, unique index, username, unique, username ascending. And then it logs, hey, your database is created, and then it closes the connection to the database. So in order to run that, it's just node scripts and then create database, and it tells us right away database created. If you want to check, you can go over to your shell and show your databases. And then you can see it right up here, auth MySQL test, auth MySQL test. Okay, so right now, if we describe the users table, we can see that it takes an ID, primary key, auto increment, username, and password. So that's good. All right, so if you just start up the server, I'm going to use NoDaemon. You could use node server.js, and that would start it up. It tells you that the magic happens on port 8080, so this guy is using port 8080. So we'll just jump over there to 8080, and it's just a simple bootstrap login. So we go to local sign up, and we just say, okay, username, password, sign up. And so it seems like it's hanging here, and then it gives you an error. So if we go back over to our code editor and go down to the terminal, we can see this protocol and queue after quit. And so I had searched it briefly, but then I thought, you know what, if this repo is being used a lot by other people, then there should be a like a pull request or an issue over on the GitHub repo. So I went and checked up here, and there is a pull request. This one is kind of related, but I went ahead and forked and cloned this guy's solution, and it didn't work the way that I expected it to. So I went back over to issues, and here's one at the very top. It's the most recent one, protocol and queue after quit. So I opened that up. You can see I even commented here. But this person basically says, like, here is where the issue is, and then I did this and it worked. So I just commented like, yeah, I did that, it worked also, but just want to make sure that's the right solution. So this is something that needs to be looked into more. I don't deal with MySQL a whole lot, so I'm not 100% sure if it's the best solution, but it does work. And so at least for development purposes and learning a thing or two, it's a good place to start. So if we go back over here, the main issue is that these connection.end and connection.connect instances are giving us trouble. And so the easiest way to do that is just say Control-Shift-H, at least that's the shortcut on my computer inside of VS Code, and we're looking for connection.end. So you can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different instances here, and then down here in create database script, it happens here as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this one back in here in a second. I'm going to replace all these with nothing, so I'm just going to leave the replace empty. And it deletes all of them. The create database one you want to put back in there because that one's not actually causing us any trouble. And then the other thing is that connections are being made, right? These are the same connections that are being ended, and so they need to be removed also. Same thing, you just look for connection.connect, and then you're just going to replace all the ones inside of passport.js config like that. And so now they're all gone. If you wanted, you could go over to config passport.js and look through here, and they're all gone. So that's what was causing trouble. I need to do a little bit more research and make sure that that's the absolute best solution, is to get rid of those. But in the meantime, let's just go ahead and test it out. So the server's already started itself over after making those changes. And let's go back to sign up and create a user with a password, and voila, it creates a session for us. You can refresh the page. We can go, I think, to the home page here, and if we go back to the profile, we're still logged in. So you have your ID of 1, username, and then your hashed password, and that's it. You can log out, kills the session, local login, go test it over here. There's a remember me button. I don't know if that works or not, but either way, log in. You're logged in, log out. Yeah, the remember me thing is not functional. But anyway, that's it for the basics of getting this working, and you could implement that into your app. I would do a little bit of extra homework to make sure that everything that's in there is secure and that it's the proper way to deal with those MySQL connections, so that you're not, using more resources than are necessary. But for just having looked on GitHub real quick and finding a repo that's kind of recent that works almost exactly how they have it, I just had to make a couple small changes. I think that's a pretty good deal. And now at this point, I would encourage all of you to go through this code and try to understand what's happening. I think a lot of it you'll recognize because it's using Passport and Passport Local, and it's very similar to what you may have seen if you were using something like MongoDB from Cold Steel's other course. So check it out, give it a try, let me know what you think. If you have any comments or suggestions or anything like that, leave them in the comments below. We'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.